Creator of VPN tier list.
Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom Spark and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing why some people might decide to switch from iVPN to Mullvad, or maybe just kind of comparing the two VPN providers to help you decide which one you should currently be using. These are just kind of things I've found out about each VPN. I'm not necessarily encouraging you to use one or the other, just an interesting video that might give you guys some more information. But guys, you might be interested in checking out my sponsor. Are you guys ever worried about getting doxxed? I know I am, and that's why I use a service like Incogni to make sure no one can find my IRL information if they find my name. A service like Incogni goes through all the available data brokers out there, like white pages and these different websites. It will tell these websites to remove your information, and it saves you tons of time. Use my link in the description down below to get 50% off Incogni, as you see here on this website. To get this deal, this is my top rated data broker removal tool. It's around half the price of competing services like Delete Me, and it has a better interface to boot. So thanks for checking out this one, and let's get back to the video. All right, guys, now back to the video. Let's go ahead and discuss some of the things that I've found with Mullvad and iVPN. Now, comparing Mullvad to iVPN in terms of price, at least, Mullvad is the cheaper option. As you can see here on the website, it's around $5.35 a month, and it just kind of sticks at the same price point over time. So it never really changes. That's the pro of Mullvad's system. It's very transparent and flexible depending on what you want. That said, over time, Mullvad does slightly get more expensive since it's gonna always be the same price. You don't really get any discounts. So let's go ahead and take a look at iVPN's pricing system. Now, iVPN is kind of flexible in a weird way too, because they have the standard plan and the pro plan. But I'm not a huge fan of what the difference is. So with the standard plan, it's around the same price of Mullvad actually, and longer term it is cheaper, but you only get 2 device support and you're limited on multi-hop. So that's definitely kind of annoying that they're kind of upcharging for this feature. And one of the reasons that is annoying is because Mullvad just includes that within their standard pricing plan. So basically, Mullvad would include that on their standard plan, and iVPN Pro is upcharging you for that. Additionally, Mullvad's standard plan does have more than 2 device support for their plan, so that's definitely an advantage in Mullvad's favor as well. Now, iVPN Pro is going to be around twice as expensive as Mullvad. 1 year, it's going to be around $30 to $40, a little bit more expensive, and for 2 years, it's going to be still $40 more expensive. 3 years of Mullvad is going to be around $180. So even with iVPN's kind of slight discounts, you still are going to be able to get a cheaper price with Mullvad, so that's something to kind of think about. So overall, there isn't really any way to look around it. Mullvad is just the cheaper option, and it could be one reason why people decide to use Mullvad over iVPN. Additionally, there are no upcharges for common features. Another kind of metric we could look at to compare these two VPNs is development time and updates. How often are each VPN updated? Well, from what I've seen, Mullvad is updated a little bit more. As you can see here with iVPN, the last update was February 23. So that's roughly 2 months ago. However, Mullvad VPN was updated April 2nd. So that's definitely kind of interesting. However, just to be clear, they're only like one update ahead in terms of the time period. But if you kind of look at the history here, we have February, December, November, October, and iVPN December, November, September. So there is kind of a little bit more updates, I would say, than a Mullvad, than iVPN. In terms of the companies themselves, which one is better? Well, personally, I think I like the people that work at Mullvad a little bit better. Mullvad's team really seems to focus on its core product, and it does its own thing and hardly interacts with the community or anyone at all. It really feels like they make it a very clear level playing field. So Mullvad's policy is they strictly do not have an affiliate program, which is kind of like their own thing. They can do that, and that's fine. And they kind of have a very level playing field. They don't play any favorites or anything like that. Now, with iVPN, they've kind of tried to copy this model, but I don't think they do it as well or as good, because if you look on their website, they could even say they support privacy educators. They support people like Seth for Privacy, The New Oil, and Moreno Talk. We financially support ethical content creators who possess the necessary background to evaluate and endorse VPNs. So it seems like iVPN is kind of pick and choosing favorites on who to support and who not to support based on who likes them, whereas Mullvad doesn't really seem to do that. So on an ethical standpoint, I do think Mullvad is superior when it comes comes to its marketing methods. Lastly, we could talk about streaming, and Mullvad I would say has a slight advantage here. It just seems to work a little bit better with Prime Video. But just to be clear, neither one of these options are that good for streaming compatibility, since it doesn't seem to be primary focus with either VPN provider. If you're looking for something that has streaming compatibility, I would recommend something like either Nord or Surfshark VPN, which you can find reviews for on the channel. Anyways, guys, that's my final wrap up between Mullvad and iVPN. Honestly, the VPNs both are pretty good from a privacy perspective, but have some improvements to be made on the tier list for sure, especially with stuff like compatibility, whether that be Apple VPN app, or Apple TV applications, or those kind of things, or stream compatibility, or just a couple extra kind of interesting features. But you know, there's not a huge difference between these VPNs at the end of the day, maybe like 10 points or so. But those 10 points can make a difference for you, especially when regarding pricing and some of the other things as mentioned in this video. All right, guys, see you in the next video very soon.